TSF Entertainment.
And welcome back to the channel. We're back at it again. TSF Entertainment in the building. Retro CG in the building. Waiting for the rest of the fellas to jump on in so we can get started on this live. I hope everyone had a happy 4th of July for those of you who celebrate 4th of July. And I hope everyone had some good food and some good liquor. All right, so you know what we're back for. We are here to talk about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. It's season 5, the last season. And the title of this episode was Pawns and Rook. Y'all tell me, who do y'all think was the pawn and who do you think was the rook? All right, I see y'all coming on in here. Starting us off with a $5 super chat from DeMarcus that's wishing 50 Cent an early happy birthday. All right, so happy early birthday to 50 Cent. Other $5 super chat from DeMarcus asking me what I have planned for my birthday in 3 weeks. Like I said in the chat, a little quick getaway, nothing major this year. Maybe next year we'll do a big party or something like that. So I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's see. CJ, what's good with you? DeMarcus, what's good with you? Hope you had a good week. Let's see who else is in here. What's up, Lamar? What's going on, bro? Cupstar, nice to see you. What's good? Hey, Alex, what's good with you? All right. So, what did y'all think about this episode? For me, I gave it a solid 9. This was a really good episode, actually. I know a lot of people felt like it was kind of slow, but I think it is building us up to some good points for us to finish out the season. So, we got 4 more episodes to go. So, you know, these next 4 episodes, they're going to fly. So, let's see what you guys think about the episode this week. What just y'all think? I know what everyone's biggest key points are going to be for this week's episode. So let's go ahead and jump on into the recap and the review. All right, so jumping us off with the episode synopsis, Rock and Marvin launched their new operation as Kanan and Bree's business grows stronger. Jukebox takes a take risk to protect the family. Again, who asked you to do this, Jude? Nobody asked you to do this. Nobody told you to take your ass over here and get in the bed with the car seat. So yeah, talk about. All right, for those of y'all coming on in, welcome in, welcome in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. We have the ability to hype us up, so we can get on out there in the algorithm. All right, so the episode kicks us off with we back on 150. I guess that's the only block that's jumping right now because we spending a lot of time on 150. So you got Kanan and his biker boys and his little crew. They out here getting money. They getting paid. Kanan rolls up and he looks around and he sees that the corner is jumping. What's up, Dexter? How you doing? The corner is jumping. They making money. When old hating ass Taz pull up with his hating ass, he pull up and he hop out and he starts getting to it with Kanan, pretty much telling him that it was his fault that the block got shot up, which technically it kind of is his fault because of his beef with Rock. But we know that it was Rock that spun the block on them and sent her warning message to them. So Kane comes up and tells him that he was ill prepared. Excuse me, Taz comes up and tells Kanan that it's his fault. He was ill prepared. He didn't have lookouts and that he's moving sloppy out here. Kanan really ain't pressing him at all. And, Taz is on a bug up all the time. Every time he see Kanan, he just bug up all the time. So he started going off on him in front of the corner boys, and everybody looking at him like they waiting to see what Kanan gonna do. If Kanan's gonna pop off on him, I feel like if Kanan would have popped off on Taz out there, he probably would have got jumped by everybody. Welcoming in DJ Fresh, Your Highness. What's good, brother?
Yo, what's going on, bro? Excuse me for my lateness.
Nah, that's all right. Better late than never, right? All right. So, what did you think about the episode?
It was a dope episode. I think like how we touched on last week, you kind of tell it's starting to speed up a little bit. Like they're trying to get all the ducks in the road for the next 4. But if I had to rate it out, I'd probably get like a 8.5. Probably about an 8.5 or so.
Nah, Dexter, I don't think that Breeze sent Taz over here to confront Kanan. That's just Taz wilding out. Like every opportunity he gets to be confrontational with Kanan, I think he takes advantage of that. So that was just Taz being Taz. Willie, you already own it. Yes, Breeze is definitely not DEFCON's son. We're gonna spend a lot of time talking about that. We got a lot to talk about with that. Another $5 super chat from DeMarcus that says Jarita is basically a younger version of Rock. Rock was a CI for Howard, and Jarita is. I don't know about that though. I don't think she's infiltrating Rock's organization for Kanan. What's the difference? The difference is she was just pillow talking. Kanan didn't even have to press her for any information. Like she started talking on her own.
Exactly.
So I don't think that she's working for Kanan. That's what we originally thought too. But after watching this episode, I don't know whether or not Jarita was putting work in for Kanan.
Yeah, I think if she does, that's coming later on. Right now, because Kanan was the one who went to solicit her in the first place. So so she don't know nothing. Like she just talks too much. So it probably come later on down the line though. But yeah, she ain't no CI or nothing.
She definitely talked too much, but we're gonna get into that. So Kanan actually handled this situation pretty good. I expected him to have popped off a little bit with Taz, but he kind of just let Taz be Taz. And I think at this point, Kanan was actually, I'm not gonna say respecting the chain of command, but I think that he was trying not to have any conflict or any beef with Taz because he is Breeze's right-hand man. So I don't think that Kanan was going to be confrontational with Taz, especially out there on the corner. What's up, Bobby? How you doing, bro? Welcome in. All right. Before we go any further, what did you think about this episode?
Oh, I think he can't hear, so his mic not on.
Oh, you can't hear? No, his mic is on.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. What did you think about this episode?
Man, it had its plots and twists, like you come to expect of Power for sure. It
Definitely.
it gave us a lot to talk about.
We definitely got a lot to talk about. So Kanan sends Taz on his way, and I don't know what Taz thought he was doing right here, but just trying to flex on Kanan, and who cares? What are they giving us with Marvin going to this church? We see that Marvin is still struggling with his grief. He's having a lot of issues accepting Lou being gone. He feels some kind of way about his feelings, and he doesn't know what to do with this. So he's back at the church again. He's back talking to the pastor again, and now his biggest thing is what is it going to take to get to heaven, and whether or not people go to heaven. And I felt like this was a very interesting question for him to ask. So pointing question was basically he was asking, do you think my brother went to heaven? And the pastor pretty much tells him that it's up to everyone to make their peace with God, and that what determines whether or not you get into heaven is your relationship with God, and he forgives all. So he's pretty much telling Marvin pretty much the same thing he told him last week about where his peace comes from, and his peace is within him. And so Marvin then goes on to ask him whether or not his daughter would be able to make it into heaven because of the things that he does. And again, the pastor reassures him that everyone is responsible for their own entry into heaven. So they are really setting us up for something major to happen with Marvin. And I'm going in so many different directions right now, because at one point I felt strongly that he was going to jail. Now I feel like, especially after the conversation he has with Rock later on in the episode, I feel like Marvin may end up taking a bullet for Rock.
Yeah.
And then in moments like this, it feels like he's getting ready to walk out of life and turn over a new leaf. So I don't know exactly what they're trying to show us with Marvin, but I can tell you one thing for sure, that Marvin's on his end days with us.
Yeah, I think one or two. I remember I told you, I said I think either he going to jail or he's going to end up trying to save somebody. At some point, I still feel the only reason I still feel jail is because of the Amber that we got, that Amber scene in the first episode. It'll make no sense for them to put that in the first episode if they're not going to circle back around on Amber. Like at some point, that has to come back around. So I think it's either he's going to jail behind that, or it's going to be like you said, he ends up taking a bullet, possibly trying to save Amber or whoever.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, Cub Star, yeah, Lulu the hitter, Mr.
Right.
Banner up. I don't know if he made it in heaven or not. The way he choked out Crown. Willie, I felt strongly about that. I really did. I felt strongly about Marvin going to jail, but not so much now. I think that I got a pretty good idea what could possibly happen to him, but I'll say that when we get to that scene. So Marvin's back over here at the church. One thing we see here is that Marvin don't got nobody else to talk to. He don't really got nobody else to talk to because Rock ain't trying to hear none of this. And Juke really can't bring him the comfort that he's looking for. He's really looking for someone to tell him everything's going to be all right. And he feels some kind of way, but you have to think about it. They've lost a lot. They lost their mama, and then Lou, and then Rock. All she worried about is these streets. His daughter is out here ripping and running the streets now. Kane is out here wilding out. So Marvin's got a lot on him, as I'm sure he does feel a lot of pressure as the head of the family. He's the oldest. So as Fresh mentioned previously, Rock back over here begging Joaquin for some work. And he's kind of hesitant about getting into bed with her. He was like, me and you got a pass. And she was like, fuck all that about the past. I'm here for the future. And she's pretty much trying to proposition him to give her some coke. And that if she doesn't get it from him, she's going to go up to the block and get some from the Dominicans. So I don't quite understand why Rock needs to get into bed with Joaquin, other than the fact that I think she needs to make double what she normally makes because everybody in her pocket. You got Pino in her pocket, Flossie in her pocket. So, you know,
and she's still all Hafiz.
Yeah, and then she's still all Hafiz. So she got a lot of tax that she got to pay some stuff right now. So
you know, she mentioned earlier in the episode though that a lot of the tricks have been wanting cocaine. You know, she just get hair run from the other club.
That's right. You want it.
She need them for that coat.
Yep, she need that coat. You need to get some more.
That's why she circled back to him. But that was funny when he was like, we have a complicated past.
And I'm assuming the complication is her unaliving Juliana.
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say.
Even though he gave her his blessings, but still, you know,
it still happened.
Even that, along with the stuff with Ronnie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's Ronnie stuff too. Yeah, it's crazy ass.
You sure right.
He told Rock that she always land on her feet, and she was like, "Yep, I always land on my feet." And so Rock, she gonna get up on her feet one way or another.
We called this. We called this. Called it. Remember, I said it. We called it.
We knew that though. We knew that she was not gonna have the money to pay him. But my thing is, why you make a deal that you knew that you couldn't pay? She made this deal with Garcia, and the first payment she's short on first payment. So Garcia looking at the envelope, I'm like, where the rest of the money at? And she was like, I'll get you the rest of the money. And once again, he threatens her and tells her that, you know, when adults don't pay their bills, bad things happen to them. So basically, once again, he is threatening to unalive her if she don't get him the rest of this money. So again, we don't know how much money she unalived.
Yeah.
But we know that she light. And she reassures him that she's gonna get the rest of the money. Nah, Ju, go back to plan A. Plan B ain't working out for you.
Yeah.
Go back to plan A. Plan A was a better plan for you. Go ahead, unalive him. Do y'all think that's what she's gonna do?
Yeah,
I do too. Yeah.
Eventually, it's gonna come down to it at the end,
and that's why she's gonna have to get on down and change her last name.
Yeah, and I hate jumping scenes, but like when Marvin, when she spoke to Marvin about it, what he told her, I think literally, yeah, it's gonna come down to she ain't gonna have no choice.
It could be about 10K a month, DeMarcus. That sounds about right, but even still, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Not only that, I don't even think it's been a month yet. Like,
you know, it's been a month. Yeah, like it's been a couple of days.
Yeah, maybe a week, if that.
Breeze is over here playing chess with himself. So we start to see Breeze in a different light finally, because, you know, that was one of my things that I was irritated about, is just seeing Breeze rip and run in the street. So seeing him sit down here playing a game of chess with himself, it's kind of a symbol of him making his strategic moves. So as he's making these moves across the board, I'm sure he's probably thinking of his next plan, which Crank comes in, and they should have sent him for a couple more table reads. They should have go a little bit classes, whatever, because the delivery of this scene right here just felt like so scripted. It just felt like he was just reading from a script. Like he went right over there to the table, and his lines so right there on the table, and he read off from him.
They was beefing.
Like they was behind the camera with the cue cards.
Yeah.
Show exactly what he said.
Crank goes in and he drops off his stash, and he tells Breeze, he tries to have a conversation with Breeze, but he ends up talking to himself. Breeze barely even looked up at that boy in his direction, and he tells Breeze that, hey, did you hear about Taz and Kanan? They ain't got no love for each other in the streets. Like, Taz went off on Kanan, but Kanan held his own and everything. He just putting the word out on the street, from the street to Breeze on what happened. And so he went over to Breeze, like, basically like, okay, well, I'm leaving now. Thanks.
Right.
Have a good day.
Right.
Like, bro, you in danger of being unalive just for having a conversation with this man. Man, you put this money down to get out here.
I knew right then and there. As soon as I saw that face, I was like, yep, Taz gone. We've been calling it since episode 1. I was like, Taz gone. I was like, he gone for this episode is over. I knew that for sure. As soon as I saw his face, I was like, yeah, he gone.
I don't think that Crank is Ghost. I don't know where people are getting that from. He's a totally different character.
Yeah. I thought he was Ghost at one point though, bro. When he was first introduced, I did.
If he had
I'm one of them, but he not Ghost. He
had a little white boy tag along, I would have thought the same thing too, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think he does.
I agree with you. Anybody who played chess by themselves is crazy. Or at least Breeze is anyway. Yeah, I think Breeze knew that there was conflict between him and Kanan based off of Taz's conversations with him about Kanan. So now to hear that it's boiling over into the street, that's a problem. So
yeah,
Breeze comes to the realization now that I'm going to have to deal with that problem.
Yeah.
Rock comes in and gives Pino his taste, and I feel like that money from the shopping center is what she's paying him with. So she's trying to go ahead and pay her debts off. So when the money starts rolling in from the work, you know, she kind of break even a little bit. So I think what she's trying to do is get all her debt taken care of so she can go ahead and get this work up. Pino tells her that she needs to go and have a conversation with Stefano because Stefano is out here making a lot of noise and he is running up the food chain to the powers that be about Pino working with Rock. And, you know, Rock tries to step out of it because she's like, I ain't got nothing else to say to Stefano. I ain't really feel like going over there and talking to him about anything. And Pino was like, listen, just go over there, show him a little respect, keep him quiet, because if not, he's going to continue to make problems for her. And so she assures him that she's going to go over there and talk to Stefano. But I knew right then and there that wasn't going to be a good conversation.
Nope. I knew that off jump. And I'm trying to figure out, like, I get it when they were saying, like, oh, you making too much noise. But I looked at it as, like, Pino is, like, higher than Stefano in the families or whatever. So, like, at any given time, like, if just the interaction we saw with them on the last episode, or was it episode 2, after Stefano left, and he was just like, you know, you guys, y'all ain't doing nothing on my side. So I figured, like, he would be the one to make the call, just be like, all right, Stefano, you need to chill. So it was kind of shocking that he had even asked her to do that, but I did know that he was going to inform her, like, hey, you know, he making noise, so like he trying to mess with our business.
Dexter, I feel the same way about that too. I actually thought that same thing, that Pino was pretty much, I wouldn't say manipulating her, but kind of sending her an indirect message that take care of the Stefano problem one way or another. Lamar, you are absolutely right. Little Linguini, he got to go. He got to go right now. Well, yes, a brilliant person, yes, but in the case of Breeze, not. Psychopath. Rock takes herself over to Stefano's place, and he had anticipated her arrival because he tells her that I told Pino that I ain't got nothing else to say to you, and she's like, well, I ain't got nothing to say to you either. And he was like, well, what you here for? And she was like, because out of respect for my business partner, I'm coming over here to try to see if we can resolve this issue. And it's very obvious. I mean, we've said it every episode at this point. That Stefano is in his feelings. This conversation right here definitely shows that he's in his feelings. He acting like a scorned ex-lover. He acting like a baby daddy that she don't move on to a new relationship and use on the sidelines. Like, I felt like they could have talked this out, worked this out. Mm-hmm. And he has the nerve to ask her for a piece of her business. Talking about a breakup tax. Rock goes off on him as expected, and she pretty much tells him to forget it. I ain't giving you no money. I ain't giving you nothing. She's like, you did our business relationship. You got rid of me. Now you got the nerve to sit here and ask me for a piece of my business?
Yeah, I didn't understand that. I'm like, I still don't understand how he blamed her for the whole Phil Russo thing, because that wasn't her fault. Like, that had absolutely nothing to do with her. So I got that same thing. I was like, bro, you just sound like a scorned lover. Like she told him, our business is not even in Queens, it's in Manhattan. You ain't got no business in Manhattan. So why are you trying to mess up my business?
Yeah, you told me to beat it out of Queens. You told me to get out of Queens. I did that. So what's the problem now? And the fact that he's holding her responsible for all the things that's happened, he was pretty much saying that ever since I got into bed with you, bad things have happened. But he, again, which I keep reminding us, he once again forgets that it's because of his little side hustles that he was running with Marvin that resulted in the things that happened. And then he was trying to flip Marvin on her too. So, Stefano, you're not innocent in this situation. So, and then he had to try to sit here and extort her. Yeah, turn his water off right now. We need to get him up out of here next episode. Bobby, how are we gonna get him out of here? How are we gonna get him out of here? Who's gonna get him out of here? Because I still want it to be Kanan. I still want it to be Kanan.
It's gonna be Marvin. We're gonna hit him with the mailman.
We need
we gonna hit him with the mailman. He ain't gonna even see it coming.
We need well.
I think Marvin gonna knock him off. It might not be the mailman style, but I think it's gonna be Marvin. I think Marvin finna go on before whatever happens to Marvin. Marvin is just getting started as far as his body count goes this season. Yeah. He's just getting started.
Just warming up. Warming up. I think, well, another way to get rid of him, which I don't know if we have enough time for them to do it. Based off of how the writing goes right now, I don't see that we'll have enough time to do it. But another way to get rid of him is, remember, the attorney did tell Rock she had a get out of free jail card, and the FBI was specifically looking for information on Stefano.
So she organized crime.
She could inform on him, and Stefano act like he ain't got bodies out here too because Marvin Wynn did work for him.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's bodies that can be tied back to Stefano. So I feel like that's another way to get rid of him too. But at this point, as personal as it is, yeah, this needs to be a 2 to the chest, 1 to the head type of ending situation for Stefano. But I just don't know how they're going to get to him to do it. He's kind of insulated a little bit, so it's hard to get in that restaurant and get to him. So
I don't think it's gonna be. I don't even think he's gonna get hit at the restaurant. I think it's gonna be somewhere like least expected, and that's where he's gonna get hit. But I feel like it's probably more than anything. I gotta feel like it's gonna end up coming from Pino. Like he gonna get the okay from one of the bosses, and like. You know what I'm saying? Like we already saw how Phil Russo went out, and Pino gonna have enough, and just gonna be like, okay, I'm sick of this. And he gonna get the approval from the bosses, and they gonna figure out a way, and they gonna knock him off the board. But
I can see him getting that approval because Stefano been kind of like they say been making so much noise. They probably tired of his crying. The people above him, I can see him getting that approval. And, and then they set it up, and he out of there. But I hope Stefano go before Marvin does because Stefano, he kind of, Marvin's one of my favorite characters, and he scares me when it comes to Marvin. I'm scared somehow he gonna, take him out because, a lot has transpired between the two.
I think what I think is just based off of the conversation that him and Rock has this episode. I kind of feel like Stefano's going to make a move on Rock, and Marvin's going to end up taking the bullet for it.
Okay, I can see that. Then that's for sure. Then that might affect.
He do that in a heartbeat too.
He pretty much told her in this episode that that's what he was willing to do.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I can see that now because that scene where we see Rock walking with the all black down there, with the gun. Yeah, I can see that because that scene almost like that was the fish, like the back of the fish store or something. Because remember he had the fish store, but yeah, I could definitely see that.
It's a little foreshadowing, but that's kind of where I see happening. I think another reason why Stefano is in his fields is one, she's a woman, and she's a black woman. So you know how they are about us moolies and us Tootsie Rolls and all those things that they call her. But the fact that she not bowing down to him, and she a woman, and she's standing up to him, and she a black woman on top of that, so that's making his ego even more bruised. And Rock just played it cool. I do feel like Rock could have manipulated him. See, Rock doesn't use her seductiveness to her advantage. Rock has never been that type of female to use her feminine side to coerce a man into doing what she wants him to do. See, Rock could have went in there, flirted a little bit, went in there, and she could have changed the narrative a little bit. Maybe they don't get back to working together again, but she could have dead the beef. But at this point, she don't want to dead the beef. She want to let him know that I'm not finna kiss your ass. I'm not finna run in behind you. I damn sure ain't finna pay you. So you see me, what's up? All right. So Breeze is sitting here counting this money, and Kanan comes in. He tells Kanan, "Yo, Taz was light on his drop. I need you to go see him about that." And Kanan's like, "Word, I got this." So putting a battery in his back for him to go deal with the Taz problem, which we said it before that it was only right for Kanan to take care of the Taz problem. Kind of wanted to see Breeze take care of it.
But I got a question for you. Like, so when they first said this, I actually thought it was for real. He was light, because remember when what's his name we were talking about earlier? Crank, when he come in and put the money down, I was looking like, yo, that's not a lot of money. So I was thinking in my head, like, yo, Crank done took some of the funds, and when Breeze went to go count it, like, yo, wait a minute, this ain't it, this light, and they just put it all on Taz. But it wasn't until later on in the episode it was like, oh, okay, that was actually how he set it up. Because I felt like it was a point why they showed that cash was sitting there while Crank put that cash down next to the money machine, and then we see it later on in a certain scene. They show a similar shot of the cash next to the money machine.
Well, Willie, you're right. Taz was light before. Remember, he was light on the first Rio when we first got introduced to the character. And then I don't know if he messed up the drop with the white boys, but he had conflict with the white boys. So yeah, Taz has already been out there screwing up from the beginning. So I guess that's why it was believable that he was light on his drop, because he had already been before. Rock back at her place. When you see Rock smoking them Newports, you already know she's stressed. Rock smoking Newports, and she's smoking them Cadillacs, them Kings. She's smoking them 100s. She's stressed out. So Rock is stressed, and I can't even remember what her. Oh, I think she was talking to Marvin about Stefano.
Yeah,
tell Marvin about Stefano and how he's trying to shake her down, and how he's still a problem for them, and they're trying to figure out how to eliminate the Stefano problem, which what I can say about Marvin doesn't do so well when he outsources problems.
Nope.
Marvin, not at all. He's over.
Good job when he outsources problems.
He's over.
As soon as he mentioned people from Memphis, I was like, oh, this about to go left. This ain't about to go the way it's supposed to.
Exactly. Like, Marvin, you would have did better trying to put this work in yourself. All right, we got another $5 super chat from DeMarcus. It would be interesting if Flossie Siegel's father purchased the Southside Plaza. That gentrification began, Flossie will put Rock in a trick bag. But what harm is that doing to Rock? If her father did purchase the Southside Shopping Center, he paid her for it.
Exactly. It would be pointless.
He benefited from it, so it's kind of pointless. However, I will agree with you in this respect that the fact that they keep letting us be known, because she talked about it here too, in this conversation with Marvin, that the buyer came through and bought the plaza, and that he paid more than what it's worth. I don't know what they're trying to tell us here.
I took it as, because when she said somebody overseas, I thought maybe that it was Hafiz that ends up buying it, because that's the only person I could think of from overseas that, like, they was like somebody he paid up front, like he was like somebody done from overseas, and like he ends up paying for it, and somehow the storyline's going to, I guess, reconnect that, like, hey, I don't know, like, you still owe me. I couldn't figure it out, but when they said overseas, I was thinking like maybe possibly Hafiz, but I don't know how they writing that, so who knows.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're trying to write in here either, because again, how does this hurt Rock? They purchased it for cash. They ain't come and take it from her.
Nope.
So I don't understand how this hurts the family.
I don't either. I think she just washed her hands of it when she sold it. Like, it's over with.
It's over and done with. So yeah, whoever bought it, she got the funds, and
unless that the only reason why they're talking about it is to let us know that Rock got that money. I think that's the point that the writers are trying to emphasize, that
she back up.
She back up, exactly.
Okay.
I was about to say, let's just going to come back later on.
Well, they already know about Be Real Body in there, because remember the real estate agent said something about it last week.
Yeah,
they
she was talking to him. She said they just found a dead body in here. I got to disclose that to the buyer. So
that's
ain't nobody think about Be Real broke ass. Yeah, I think we're reading more into the purchase of this plaza. The more I think about it, it's just a plot device to show us that Rock back up. She got money. And she said it here, as a matter of fact. She said, we flush. Yep. We good. Because Marvin was like, shit, maybe I need to sell in my house too.
Yep.
He sure said.
Rock need to sell her house. Nobody stayed in her.
Hey, but when he said, it's funny you bring that up, bro, because when he said that, that made me think, like, damn, is Marvin giving up? Like you said, he talking about turning a new leaf. Do that include leaving?
Because he he kind of spoke something about it around here too. Like, he went a little deep right here when he was talking to Rock. So it could be like he mentioned it to Juke, where like he told Juke get out the game. So he might start thinking about himself to getting out the game. Like, since Lewis gone, everybody dropping like flies. He possibly think about himself like, yo, it might be time to pack it up and get out the game.
But the reason why that won't work, so the only way that works is he's got to die out of the game. Marvin not gonna walk away from it. He told Kanan,
I'm a gangster. Yeah,
I'm a gangster, and he not gonna leave Rock by herself, knowing that he all she got. She's not gonna leave Rock by herself. So
Rock gonna be the death of him, boy.
Literally, she's gonna be the death of him.
Literally,
she's gonna be the death of him.
Dang.
So what we're seeing here is Marvin's exit. We're seeing the prelude to his exit. What's gonna happen is he is going to end up going out trying to save Rock, or saving Rock. Is what's gonna happen.
If I remember correctly, he got rid of those, didn't he?
Yeah, them diamonds been gone.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, them diamonds long gone. So Rock tells Marvin that maybe it's time for us to go ahead and make that move on Stefano, which I felt like Marvin has already wanted to make a move on Stefano last season. I think he wanted to make a move on Stefano, and Rock shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, fuck it, let's do it.
He said that. He's like, about time. I've been said that. He said that.
Yeah, Marvin been wanting to try to get rid of Stefano. And he's like, I'll call it Memphis. I'm like, who's in Memphis? Who we calling in Memphis?
As soon as he said Memphis, that's when I remember. I was like, them darn hillbillies coming, and I was like, of all people, like, that's what y'all, like, they gonna stick out with a sore thumb.
Man, like, you should call them Jamaicans.
Something like somebody that's from around the area, from the city. I was like, they gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Anybody gonna see them coming.
But what I miss about the first few seasons of Raising Kanan versus where we're at right now, Marvin used to take care of that kind of work himself. Remember, he used to go on the little capers. Remember, he dressed up like the power company guy and went over to the Unique's place and set him up. And then he did the little mailman thing with the mail truck. So I like Marvin when he pulled those capers off on his own. Like, it would have been better if Marvin would have figured out a way to hit Stefano without having to ask for some help, because we knew that the minute that Marvin called in help, that we knew that wasn't going to go well.
Hey, the apple do not fall too far from the tree. I thought about his daddy when I seen this crap. I was like, look at dude falling in love with these hookers. Like
every time he
his real daddy.
every time he lay with one, it's been everyone that he's laid with.
Right, now that you say, he does fall in love quick. All of them.
One of them.
Crystal,
Davita.
Yep, Vita.
But his daddy had that hooker that he kept paying over and over.
Oh yeah, he followed his daddy footsteps, right?
Yeah. That real blood coming out.
He talking about Howard and his
Howard,
full-time hooker.
Yeah, Howard.
I can't even remember the other shorty that he ended up sleeping with, the mama, and the only reason I got shut down was because of Rock.
Palomar.
Yeah.
Palomar. Yep. Palomar and then her daughter. Yep.
Yep.
Love them. All of them. So he laid up with she's Tiana at the moment. He's laid up with Tiana, and she was like, so you invite me back to your place? And he was like, yeah, I don't feel like dealing with these hotels. Like, they ask too many questions or whatever. And so she immediately just get diarrhea of the mouth and start telling everything that she didn't need to tell. First of all, she started off by telling him about she got to get up and go to work. She got to make this money because she got a grandmother that's in rehab. She got a special needs brother, and her bachelor's in psychology ain't cutting it. So then she started talking about the runs that she make. She name dropped Flossie. I'm like, Dorita, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? This could have gotten her, if she wasn't this character that she becomes later on in this episode, there's no reason why she should still be alive.
Right.
Like, I feel like if Rock, if she was putting all her business out the street, and I felt like when they had their little orientation last week, Marvin and them told them that keep your mouth closed.
Yep.
And Kanan didn't set this up. Kanan didn't even have to ask her anything. She started telling him before he could even ask her one question.
Yep. Just talking too much off the jump. And I think later on that's gonna come back to bite it, because I think they're gonna start putting 2 and 2 together when they find out that she messing with Kanan. Like, she just come out.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's gonna come back, because at a certain point, like, they going Marvin, Flossie, and Rock, they're gonna put the pieces of the puzzle together. Like, yo, hold a minute, wait a minute. Like, because like I said, she just came out of nowhere and just told them everything. And
I think how she end up in Queens.
Like, you know what Kanan do. I get it. You don't know that Rock is Kanan's son, but you know what Kanan do. So, like, why are you telling him? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you telling him what Rock doing? Like, you know what Kanan do? He on the streets himself. So you just giving him the advantage. Like, if he was he was just a random drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can go. Okay, I know what they doing, so I can go take them out.
And that be the reason why Flossie upped the strap on him. Because remember, in one of the trailers, we see Kanan have a revolver pointed to his head. I think that's gonna be Flossie. So what y'all saying makes sense. So she get up and try to get dressed because she got to go make these runs, and Kanan paying her to stay. Oh, you got over Crystal real fast.
That's the Howard coming out of him. Hold on, baby. I got some more money.
I got some more money. You ain't got to go to work.
I got some more money, but you ain't got to go to work. Stay with me.
You got to go to work. Stay over. Stay here with me.
M2.
What's up, M2?
What's going on, fellas?
What's happening, big
right. So what'd you think about the episode?
I'm just going to say you were right about a lot of stuff that was in the chat. I'll say that. So,
what you think about this sapsucker right here falling in love with the hooker? With this
how I feel about how I feel about Kanan, man. Kanan gotta go. Something gotta happen to him other than this beating Marvin finna serve him up. Something gotta happen, man. Something gotta happen to him. Like, I'm just being honest. The
dichotomy in this is, remember back in OG Power when he was getting at Sean about Tasha,
right?
When he was on Sean's head about Tasha, you laying up doing the same thing, bro.
The exact same thing.
Worse.
I mean, I looked at it as him simping, but at the same time, I looked at it as he's paying her because he's trying to get more information about Rock business.
Yeah, especially after she started talking. After she started talking, that was his way of keeping her talking. I got you.
Yeah.
Because
he did know that she's one of Rock's girls. He did know that.
Yeah.
Because Stefano already gave him the play.
So when he called, how did he know to ask for her specifically, though?
I took it as he didn't. I figured he just called the service, and she's the one who ends up showing up.
Okay. Because she was the next up. She was the next up.
Remember, they first met. They was in a hotel room, so I figured he called the service to try to figure out who he could play and pull into his whatchamacallit, try to get some dirt.
So he take her shopping, and at first I was kind of like, okay, yeah, she finna go blow a bag. And oddly enough, she feels guilty about him when Kanan goes up to the counter and tell the lady at the counter, like, whatever she want, I'm buying. Whatever she want, she can get it. So she overhears that and she tells Kanan she want to leave. Kanan looking at her like, oh, what's wrong? And she was like, I'm a hoe.
Right, I'm ready to give you the world, girl. Suck ass.
She was like, I'm a hoe. And he was like, hoes don't wear dresses?
He's so retarded.
And I was like, what's confusing? Like, you see yourself as this, but that's not how I see you. And I'm like, and she was like, dummy, you don't even know my real name. And he was like, well, tell me. And she was like, Jarita.
Everybody knew this, man. This wasn't no secret. Like, people act like this was groundbreaking news. People knew this, like, when we first saw her. Like, everybody knew off jump, like, oh yeah, that's gonna be Jarita. Like, so,
and it made sense for her to be Jarita because we knew that this is the end of the show. Moving into Origins, that we don't have time for Kanan to lose another girlfriend and meet another girlfriend. So we knew that the next one that he meet was going to be Jarita.
Yeah, we just didn't know if it was going to be Origins or it was going to be this. But I mean, they gave it to us sooner than later, so whatever. But yeah, he's still a sucker.
Absolutely.
DeMarcus with another $2 super chat says Jarita's a loyal 304.
Over here, Captain Super Saver 304.
Yep. She's a pretty girl. Though, she got a situation that's on her head right now, so she's thinking about her family and what she got to do to take care of her family.
And that dress was $375, and she ain't happy, so she can't be that good.
But she could have had it. She could have had it. She could have had that and anything else in the store that she wanted. But I guess she felt like
she shook her head like, nope, that's out of my budget. Nah, I mean, all jokes aside, I mean, get it how you live. She did say she had a little brother with special needs, and her mom had some things going on. So, hey, man, it go from being a call girl to be OnlyFans. I mean, hell, shit.
That's a good point, Cubstar. That's a good point.
Very good point.
Yep. I remember they kind of made a call back to OG Power, kind of making her a hoe to begin with. Because when 50 get out of jail and he go over there with Sean, he knock his mama off and he come back out. He like, boy, your mama still got the best ass in New York City. Yep. Like, how would he know she got the best ass in the whole city if the whole city ain't had it? You know what I'm saying? The whole city knows this. The whole city done had it. And
but by the fact that they're introducing her this early to us, is that there's going to be a lot of character development with her. So I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see her more than just a whore.
So we're going to see her retire from being a 304.
Yeah.
It's no different. I mean, it's no different than women who do stripping.
That's true.
She's
DeMarcus, we ain't hating, man. She just out there. That's all. Team Jarita.
She out here.
We ain't mad at it. Get how you live.
She out here trying to take care of her problems. So trying to take care of her family. So she got a lot of pressure on her. So I think we're going to see a lot.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that as her character develops in Origins.
I think though, with her becoming, Kanan's girl, I think at some point he's probably gonna tell her she ain't got to do it.
Yeah. At some point he's probably gonna
with the money he making and everything. Yeah.
Either that or she gonna have to stop because he end up getting her pregnant.
That's
true. Yeah, there you go. Good one, Fresh.
Ain't got
that goes to Xavier.
Flossie gonna be mad.
Xavier says that eventually they're going to start a relationship, and we see that they do have one because they not only have a child together, but keep in mind she held on to Kanan's bag for him for 10 years when he was locked up. So she's going to be more than just a 304. So I think that she's going to be that one that almost somewhat balances Kanan out. We saw a little bit of it with Crystal. Crystal almost had him balance out. If she hadn't got unalive, she could have been Sean's mama, but because of what happened to her, I think Jarita's going to be the next one to get Kanan straightened out.
Yeah.
All right, so Marvin at the bus station picking up these hitters from Memphis, and when I seen what came off of that bus, I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right?
You know they hit
But
us.
this
No,
ain't
they hit us.
we don't pay for this. We don't outsource for this kind of help. if we outsource it for help, we get real hitters in here that's gonna put some work in. I don't know what this was that got off the bus.
Right. As soon as I saw him, I was like, "Yep, this going wrong. This is going all the way."
Just wasting money, Marvin. Just wasting money. What are you doing, bro?
Like there was
I don't
no
know, that
way.
wasn't one of, I mean, it still say that it still goes back to showing that Marvin sometimes make those careless decisions.
Right. He could have at least provided him a tire or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, Retro, I mean, he good with the dress-up jobs anyway. I mean, he could have sent them in as some electricians or something or
some
anything.
Workers,
you know what I'm saying? But they stand out like a sore thumb like this.
Like a sore thumb.
Well, shit, they didn't even get a chance to even get on the job. They didn't even get a chance to get on the job. I'm with you, Cub Star. Where the hell did he even know them from? Like, who did you call for this? Did you get on the dark web and put an ad up? Like, where did you find it from? Marvin picks them up and he immediately starts taking them around and showing them all the spots where Stefano is at. And he take them to his house at first, and then he takes them to the restaurant, and ain't none of them saying nothing. Ain't none of them talking, and he asked them, do y'all have any questions? And they like, nah. I'm like, I don't know if it was just me, but something felt off about this. This didn't feel right. And I don't know if it's because of what happened later on in the episode that made me feel this way, but it didn't feel like this was going to go well. Or maybe that's the message they wanted us to pick up on. For me, it just didn't feel like this was going well.
I would agree.
Maybe it was just me, but it just felt off.
Something didn't seem right with it. It was just like the way, like none of them said anything. Like they ain't know what was going on. Like
I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Them hitters ain't gonna have much to say, y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It ain't gonna be much conversation, but
no, I got that part. I wasn't necessarily really looking for conversation. It's just the present.
But I got that vibe too, though. Yeah, like it's just not gonna go right. It just like it never
off.
It's gonna take way more than it to knock off Stefano. You know what I'm saying? Like he got like you said, bro. He's insulated. It's gonna take a little more than that than just sending some fair-skinned guys in there to knock them off right in the restaurant. Like, come on now.
Yeah, we knew that wasn't gonna go.
And then you don't know who he knows through the word of travel because you see what happened later anyway. Not to jump ahead, but like obviously Stefano might have got wind. So
yeah, it just seemed like they were they didn't show confidence. For me, I would have been like, y'all sure y'all can get this done? Yo,
I feel you.
And they didn't display any level of skill whatsoever. Like, because Marvin even tells them, and he says that you guys only got one shot at this, and if you don't get this right, y'all ain't making it back to Tennessee.
Right. I'm expecting one of them to be like, yeah, I'm finna sleep in that dumpster over there tonight. Don't worry about it. I'm watching everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
as soon as he come out, yeah, eliminated. But also, do you feel like by Marvin making that comment to them is what set the chain reaction, set things in motion for the setup? Like when he told him that, he pretty much threatened them. He threatened them and told them, like, basically, if you don't get the job done, y'all ain't making it back to Tennessee.
I don't think it was more. I took it. I mean, it could have been a threat, but I kind of more so took it as if they mess it up, Stefano was gonna murk them anyway.
That's how I took it.
Okay.
That's how I took it.
Like y'all ain't gonna make it out the restaurant if you fuck it up.
See, I took it another way. So y'all took it that way. I took it that, okay, because the way old boy looked at him when he said that was like, okay, well, I'm gonna set your ass up then. I'll fix you.
That's my question.
No, Stefano didn't know. That's why it was an inside job. It was an inside job. Stefano didn't know till after the fact. So we'll get to that. I got an answer for that question.
I thought we'd find out on the next episode.
You got to think Stefano got hella reach, y'all. He's a mob boss. Like through just word of mouth, him reaching all the way down to Memphis. It's a lot of miles between New York and Memphis. You know what I'm saying? That shit could have got back to Stefano. Like,
I'm with you, Brown. I'm with you on that, Brown. First of all, you messed up by you called in white hitters to go at an Italian mob, and they working for you moolies. Come on, man. You put your trust in the wrong. No. You should not have put your trust in them.
Again, that just goes back to Marvin making those decisions. You know, he always made. He had times where he made decisions. Then there was other times where he bat 100%.
See, I felt like it just goes back to what I'm saying. I feel like the reason why old boy double crossed him was at the end of the day, you know, he worked for a black man, that you get ready to go put a hit out on this white man. This white man is an Italian mob boss. He got money, you know, so he look at this as a situation where I'm gonna get paid twice as much, and I want to double cross this black guy. I mean, he ain't got no loyalty to Marvin. He
is from down south,
so he was trying to get that money.
He ain't got no love for them black brothers. I promise you.
Exactly.
down here, I promise you, they don't.
And then the fact that he took his own people out. So that means he wanted more for the take for himself. He wanted to take for himself. He didn't want to split with the crew that he came with. It was a 2-man crew. And he unalived them, so it was all about double crossing Marvin and getting his money. So he got what he deserved. Now, my question that I have for this scene right here, who parlayed this meat? Who set this up?
I thought it was Rock.
Yeah, I think it was Rock.
How did she know how to get in touch with him?
I mean,
well, she knew who
she shot at 150. She shot that joint up. That's how she got in touch.
She stood on 150. She went down to 150.
Everything corner. I was like, you want to know about the next corner you getting hit?
Yep.
Boy.
She went down to 150 and told the boys, hey, y'all, Paige Breeze telling me to get in the park. Exactly. Is it just me, or did it feel like he was flirting with her a little bit? He felt like
absolutely.
He was attracted. He felt like it looked like he was kind of attracted to Rock. He was like,
he absolutely is.
Fine. Okay, I thought it was just
me. I knew about it.
Absolutely is.
Yeah.
And then he think is, okay, I don't want to go ahead. I say that for later.
Yeah.
He got his motivations. He got his motivations.
What do you think his motivation was?
He like, well, my daddy liked her, I'm probably gonna like her too.
Oh God.
I looked at it. I looked at it more so like
the total opposite of Kanan, by the way.
Oh. Because he made the statement with like how he got to keep himself focused because of she's a woman in the game running it.
And he don't know how to read that.
So I think it intrigued him. Like, yo, like I ain't never seen nobody, a woman in this position, and like they running it. So I think it intrigued him, and I think maybe that he flirted with her, thinking like maybe this could be a way to like possibly manipulate her. Like if I flirt with her, maybe she might bite. You know what I'm saying? And then we can get her out the game.
Locked in at all times.
And then he probably wanted to see if Rock was lived up to the hype.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
She got a reputation that precedes her, so he probably wanted to see for himself what this Rock was all about. And Rock was Rock. You know, she didn't go up and was scared or anything like that. She didn't disappoint. She went up there and talk shit to him just like she do to any man she talked to. But she's always said that she ain't gonna never let no man put her on her knees. So, and she show breeze that. So I think that definitely intrigued him. So I agree with you on that, Fresh. And I also think that part of what happens at the end of this episode may have formulated here in this conversation. After having this conversation with Rock and seeing that Rock is a boss out here and she's ripping and running these streets, and it's like he's taking advantage, just like everyone else has. He's taking advantage of the inner conflict between Rock and Kanan as well. So he's getting in the middle of that, and we always know that anybody that gets in the middle of Rock and Kanan, there's problems. So I think a lot of it came from the fact that he really wanted to see if Rock was really all this hype that everybody says she's about.
I would agree.
Yeah, he definitely got googly eyes for Rock, and she went on about her business. Why they ain't got nobody on the door? Why they ain't got nobody on the door at the club? Marv, you got to do better.
I ain't even think about that. You right.
They slinging out. They slinging out the spot. Ain't no. They got one worker back there sitting in the back.
Marv, you got to do better with the security, bro. You slipping.
They got to quit letting Marvin.
If I was the Marvin head of that security, they'd be outside. They'd be outside too.
Bro, you got to do better than this. You slipping on the job, man. You got the girls out here unprotected. Ain't nobody following the girls. You was sitting here at the bar getting drunk off watered down liquor, and the girl outside getting robbed.
Listen, you in charge of the girls.
Are you in charge of the girls?
Are you not in charge of the girls?
Are you in charge of the girls?
Let's get the shit straight. Let's get the shit straight. The girls are always coming up short.
So every night.
Every night. Short every night.
Let's get this shit out in the open right now. You in charge of the girls.
They got to quit letting Marvin set stuff up, period.
Yeah.
Like, somebody got to come. Like, Rock need to, like, okay, I'm going to let you do this, but I'm going to come make sure it's running. And, like, you got 24 hours with any operation, basically. And if it ain't running right, she need to change it because he's just not good at it. It's just not his strength, man. I love Marvin. It's probably my favorite character, but the thinking part is not his strength.
But to his defense, Marvin got a lot on him right now, and it weigh him down. Every moment he has to himself is on his mind. He's sitting at the bar right now, drinking and thinking. And he was telling Juke about her Shirley watering down the bottles or whatever. He's like, I probably do need to drink this watered down liquor right now, keep my head on straight. Marvin's head ain't really on work. He trying to work, but his head ain't really on work. As you know, his head on loop. Finally, we got an episode where he ain't worried about Unique right now, but he still got his mind on Luke. Juke decides to tell her daddy about the problem that she done brought home to the family.
Yep.
And she said, I've been talking to that detective. And Marvin like, okay. And well, he's been kind of, pressing me a little bit. And I'm supposed to be paying him. Like she tiptoeing around it. And I told him I'd give him some money, but I was a little light. Can I borrow a couple of dollars? Marvin was like, no. Your deal, your dick.
That was caught me off guard with that, but I should have.
He caught me off guard. I was thinking like, damn, you ain't about to help your own daughter. Like you told her you didn't want her in this life, and now she in a jam. Like she,
but he also trying to teach her a lesson too. This is why he didn't want her in the life.
That's true.
So now there's consequences for your actions. Nobody, like I've been saying, Juke, nobody told you to do this.
Yeah.
You went out here
and did this. Gonna help her.
I think he's gonna help her in another way. He ain't gonna help her pay him.
Mailman.
I can see that.
Mail delivery. This time it's gonna be the UPS man.
And I mean, I get it, clean up her own mess, but you risking her getting taken out at that same time. So,
But see, she didn't tell him that part though. He did not tell him that part. She
true.
needed to have told him that part. She needed to have told him that. Oh, he threatened to put me down if I don't give him.
He should know that though. He should know that. He's been in the game.
A dirty cop on the take. Of course, he should know that. You're right.
Or at least locked up, and I think like he would know. Like, yo,
she in danger.
Yeah, she in danger. Like, because if she in danger, we all in danger. Like,
Good point, Cub Star. Good point. This is exactly how Rock should have handled Kanan. Instead of cleaning up his mess, let him take care of his own problem.
I agree.
But I think by Marvin having her take care of her own problem actually makes Juke a better criminal.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
I hate to say a better person, but it actually makes her more in tune with what happened out here in the streets when you got a dirty cop on the tape. So I think this paves the way for how Jukebox is going to get herself out of this situation. Like I said, Juke, going back to plan A, we'll come and help you take care of the problem for you. We got you. We ain't gonna even charge you that much for it. We'll come take care of Garcia for you. So Marvin tell her, like, she was like, well, you know, I can get some information for you too. And Marvin like, I got enough problems right now. I got enough stuff on me right now. I don't need this. So your deal, your debt. But he didn't do it in a dismissive, oh well, whatever happened to you type of way. He did it in a way that I think that even Juke has respect for, at the fact that, you know, you should have went to the family with all this before you made this move.
Right.
Oh, now that you've made the deal, now you're trying to sign the rest of the family up for the deal. That ain't how that worked.
Yeah.
I don't know why she just didn't go to her crazy ass cousin for it. She went to her crazy ass cousin and got the money from him.
But he did say how he was proud of it.
His goofy ass would have gave it to her too.
Yeah.
He was just been talking
to her. Proud of her though. Like how she making moves. Like he ain't see that coming. He was like, like, okay, you making moves good. Like he respected the move.
I agree. Yep, exactly, Dexter. Marvin respected Juke for her move. I agree with that. Yep.
Meanwhile, outside,
poor Christian getting robbed. Literally getting robbed outside. Marvin's on the job. Kidnapped, right. Abducted. Oh my God. So again, they ain't got nobody in a car out there watching these girls. They ain't got nobody.
Ain't no lights on the street. Like nothing.
This poor girl Kanan pull up in his Benz at that.
Sure did. And his Beamer, yep.
Cranking, what's the other little Primo? I think his name is Cranking Primo statue. Throw it in the back seat. And now she finna be tied up in the Brooklyn basement. She finna be tied up in the Brooklyn basement. Oh, Chris is like, oh my God, please, I'll do whatever. And Kanan's like, oh, don't worry, you will. And so this guy right here, we learn later on, is a federal judge. He having a party for one.
Yep.
he didn't need no more coke. He seems like he was already coked up.
I was like, bruh is in the sky right now.
He's having a party for what?
Ain't eating no more.
Nothing else.
That man was high out of his mind. Like
completely out of his mind. So Kanan went back to what he also is good at, cooking up them hot shots, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's what I said. Hot shot. He done.
Hot shot Kanan. Yep. So Kirsten comes in and gives him his blow. He said, I'm gonna blow this and then you gonna blow me. And of course, rat poison it is, I guess. And Judge Baker out of here. The girl ain't even try to pick up the coke or nothing. She just run out the door. And then Kanan run up on her and threaten her some more. Or just aggressively runs up on her and tell her to tell Rock that Kanan did this. Say my name, Kanan. Make sure you tell Rock that Kanan did this.
Yes.
Dummy, you're making more problems for yourself.
I was about to say the same thing because I was about to say I think somehow later on that's gonna come back.
Yep. Well, it's already gonna come back. It already don't came back. She told Rock.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about as far as like Kanan goes.
Oh yeah, because I'll save that till we get to that scene because this is what I think is gonna happen. All right. So Kirsten is at the club telling Rock. I feel like all she had to do was just run back inside, telling Rock what happened and that how Kanan said that he wanted to make sure you knew that it was him. And Rock said, you can leave that part out of the story. When you tell the story, leave that part out. And if you do tell somebody about it, something bad gonna happen to you that ain't gonna be undone. So she threatened the girl. And I'm like, again, there's other ways to get people under control without always threatening their life. When you threaten their life, you are automatically making them go and tell somebody.
Yeah.
You giving her an open invitation for her to go tell Flossie now because you threatening her life. Not a smart move, Rock. What you should have did was put the girl up and took care of the girl and be like, don't worry about this. I'm gonna handle this and put some money in her pocket for her to shut the fuck up.
Then I think she know for a fact that with Flossie being who she is, Flossie could have, if she would have mentioned that, Flossie could have very well put somebody in the streets after Kate.
Yeah, that's why she wanted to keep it quiet.
That's why she wanted to keep it quiet. Exactly, Xavier. Stop protecting him.
Yep.
Like, she should have told the girl, she should have gave that girl reassurance that I got this. Don't worry about it. Put some money in her pocket and be like, when you go talk to Flossie, just let Flossie know that me and Marvin, we're going to take care of this. Don't worry about it. All right, you good. You good. This ain't going to happen to you again. You good. She didn't even try to give the girl no type of reassurance that this is going to be okay.
Nope.
Threaten the damn girl.
Whole girl just sitting there shook.
Crying.
Jay's
the white girl at that. Come on now.
Jay's a gym. Yes, she do. She just sold her plaza, so she got some funds. She got a little bit of funds. She just sold her plaza, so she got a little bit. Brock got some money.
Man, all it would have took was a couple of stacks. That's all.
Yeah.
All it took was a couple of stacks. Yeah. That's it. That's all. Man, all this money Marvin been passing out all season. Man, Rock had a couple of stacks in her purse to put in that girl pocket. Man, she could get that girl about $2,000 and then she would have shut the fuck up. Yo, out of town hitters from down south loading up to go do the job. And when they get in the car, oh boy, take them out. So this is why I feel like this wasn't prearranged with Stefano. I feel like if it was prearranged for Stefano, all three of them would have went over there and rolled over him. The fact that he got rid of his help meant that he wanted all the money for himself. So he's gonna keep the money Marvin and them don't pay him, plus the money he getting ready to get off of Stefano. So I just felt like greed was the motivation for this, and the fact that he was double crossing a black man. So instead of him going there, remember they were loading up to go do the job.
Yep.
So instead of him going there to do the job, he goes there to tell Stefano what he was there for. So in my opinion, he rolls up on Stefano and tells Stefano, I was here to unalive you, but you know, Stefano paid him off. There's no other way Stefano would have known about this in advance. There's no way he could have known about this in advance.
Okay, so maybe, and I probably,
if that was the case, they would have showed us that.
But I figured that's what we're gonna learn in later episodes, because if I remember correctly, Stefano says to him, "Thanks for the heads up," and that's why he pays him.
Yeah,
like he called him ahead of time, like, "Hey."
Now that may have happened. He may have called right before they came over there.
Yeah, and set up a meet. Yep.
To set up a meet. But I don't think that Stefano knew about this in advance. This is all doing. This is all his doing right here. He fucking
I feel like Cowboy called them probably once they touched down, and after Marvin gave him the whole tour, he made whatever calls. It was like, "Hey, it's a hit out on you, like X, Y, and Z," and then that's why Cowboy, he took out the two dudes, and then that's why he went to go get paid, because Stefano wouldn't have that money just already available right then and there if he didn't already know ahead of time. And then remember, he said that's why, like, yo, they in the back, and that's why the dude leads him to the back alleyway to take him out.
That boy was dressed like John Dutton from Yellowstone over there talking to Stefano.
Thank you for the $5 super chat, DeMarcus. Joyce Thomas told Rock to protect Kanan. Rock is respecting what Joyce wanted her to do.
Nah.
She was doing that even before.
Yeah.
Miss Joyce told her that.
Yeah.
She always clean up Kanan mess. Just like what you said, like Cubstar said earlier, she always, from season 1, episode 1, she has always cleaned up Kanan mess.
That's why he need a beat.
You're gonna give him one next episode.
He need a beating, and he needs some hot lead to touch before OG Power.
So Stefano, as CJ says, Stefano tells him, "Thank you for the heads up." He pays him some Skrilla, and he says, "I got a car waiting out back for you. Safe travels back to Memphis." And Giorgio goes to escort him out and put one in the back of the head. And I know his body went in the furnace.
I kind of feel like they were trying to say down south people stupid, bro, because I really couldn't believe dude fell for this.
he really did fail for that because I've been like, nah, I'm good. I got here on my own. I get away from here on my own. Yeah.
Right, I'm walking there. I'm walking out with my back. You know what I'm saying? Facing
Right.
the wall. Like,
Yeah.
hey, all right now. I'm gonna see y'all later. You know, they gonna have the
Damn
tone
self.
like in my face.
I think it
Nah,
was
I
the
let
money
myself.
because he gave him $20K. So he like, if he gave me $20K, he would have took me out before giving me the $20K.
He a loose end though, bro.
Yeah,
He could always come back and finish their job. Send somebody else to finish their job. Like all of them got to get eliminated. As far as Stefano go,
Yeah.
like Stefano,
No loose ends.
y'all got to. Ain't nothing making it back to Memphis. He don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't
nothing
nothing
going
making it back to Memphis.
Yeah, ain't nothing
But
going
it's-
back to Memphis.
but
Ain't
the
nothing
skill
going back to
job
Memphis.
theory that Giorgio was taking out Stefano. Because I saw
Yeah.
the theories that that's him taking out Stefano. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, why would they repeat the same thing that they did to Phil Russo? That didn't make any sense.
Nah, that was all Marvin, dumbass.
Speaking
Sorry.
of dumbass, this wind up Jack in the Box come flying in here at Taz. And Taz looked at him and shook his head and said, "You so fucking stupid, Kanan. You are just dumb." And I almost waited for Kanan to say, "What?" He was like, "Bro, you can't see that Breeze is playing us against each other to see who gonna come out on top." So Taz been peeped this because I kind of agree with Taz. I kind of feel like Breeze has purposely been doing this just to antagonize Taz. Because remember the conversation they had in the car when he was like, "You passing me by," and Breeze told him to his face, "Yeah, I'm passing you by." So I feel like I'll get to that point later. But I feel like Taz is not wrong here.
He wasn't. Because
He's right.
Unique kind of said
Wasn't
the
at
same
all.
thing.
Unique said that too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, yeah, Breeze told me to come over here and check you about you being short. And he was like, "You just so stupid." He was like, "You believe anything Breeze say. You like his little puppy." And so Taz started talking shit to him and pretty much put Kanan on game, which I feel like Kanan kind of took that and filed that away for a later day. Because even though Taz is talking shit, what he's saying ain't wrong.
It's not.
Right.
So I feel like Kanan is kind of putting that in the back of his back pocket.
Not only that, when he look at this slip right here, I feel like he realized, like, yo, Taz wasn't short on the money.
He wasn't short on the money.
Wasn't short at all. Right.
Wasn't short on the money. Taz might have could have got out of this situation a little bit differently if he would have kept his mouth shut. At the very least, if he hadn't started talking shit about Rock and Kanan being on Rock Titty, that was the wrong thing to say. You know, that's a trigger for him. Anytime you say something about my mother, that's it.
Who need my mom?
I hate my mother.
Who need my mom?
I don't need my mother. I'm my own man.
But I think Kanan was gonna shoot him a fair one until Taz reached for his shit though. That's why he was like, "What you got?" After he hit him, he was gonna shoot him a fair one. I don't think he was there to kill him. I think he was just
I
there
don't
to
think he was
check.
there. Yeah, they might have ran a fade, but yeah, I don't think he would have unalived them either. I agree with that. Dexter, that's a very good question. Would Kanan have figured out Breeze's plan if Taz didn't tell him? Eventually, he would have.
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually,
Yeah, it would have been too late by the time Kanan would have figured that out.
yeah.
We already see how easy it is to manipulate Kanan. So he would have figured that out.
And that's everyone who's had any interactions with him. You gotta think about it. Ronnie did it to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Snap and Pop, Breeze, Rock to a certain extent. Everybody that Kanan don't done any kind of business with, any kind of dealings with, has manipulated him in some shape, form, or fashion. Man, damn, what the fuck? I mean, excuse me, y'all.
Bro.
So Taz, he take one to the face, and so he get ready to reach for his strap, and before he could up on Kanan shoot him in the kneecaps. That's a Marvin move. That's a Marvin move. And so he put him down. And I mean, Taz knew that he was done for when he made that comment about Rock. That was the end of the road for Taz.
Yep.
Because he realizes, And I need to address all these people out here saying that this scene here was Kanan put Marvin down. This scene is the scene that they showed in the trailer.
Yep.
It is just zoomed in.
Yep.
Versus our screenshot zoomed out. But this is the exact same scene of him putting someone down in the trailer, and it was Taz, not Marvin.
Yep.
Rock is a trigger for him, but why? Because he self-proclaims that he hates his mother so much. But is this showing us that deep down inside that everything that everyone says to him about his mother is true? Is that what that signifies?
I took it as more so like he's still the same way like how Rock does. He still has love for his mom. Like he on the exterior, he says like, I don't care. Do whatever you got to do. Like to Rock, to like certain people, like I don't mess with Rock no more. But deep down inside, because we saw when he was in the restaurant, the diner with Juke, how he wasn't sure anymore if she was the one who put down Fame. So yeah. I think it's like on the exterior, he plays with like, yo, I don't care nothing about Rock. But in the interior, in his mind and his heart, that's his mom at the end of the day. And like he plays this, but he still don't want her to go out. Because remember last season how he played that hand with Ronnie, thinking like, yeah, because remember they kept saying we're gonna take Rock out. He didn't really want to do that.
Right.
Like, he hates his mom, but he don't want to. I think it's to a point where he don't want to take her out, like because he still got love for her, but he just don't rock with her. So I think that's the trigger. I think that's what they show him, because how he did that the same way how Rock is still cleaning up his mess. So they're kind of like showing like they still have love for each other because they're mother and son, but at the same time, like they're not rocking with each other. Like it's a little hate just due to the game.
Okay, so Jay, my opinion on that, because this is a question I often ask too. Why does he hate his mom so much? And the best thing that I can come up with is it's all of the things that Rock didn't tell Kanan when she should have told Kanan. She always tried to shelter him and protect him, even from his own bad decision making. So rather than her sitting down having a conversation with Kanan, she tried to several times, like when he went and shot up the block. Was it Buck 20 when he went shot up the block and unallowed Buck 20 over those corners that she had gave Unique? Like she tried to tell him then, like, you are involving yourself in my business and this ain't no place for you. But then I think it's a combination of a lot of things. It's what she did to Howard. It's her using him to take out Howard. It's her putting the gun in his backpack and sending him to school. It's sending the social worker after him. It is what he thinks her putting down Fame, her putting down Crystal, even though now he's starting to second guess those things right now. But everybody else is, fuck Rock. So ain't nobody else telling him anything good about his mom.
Yeah.
To Cubstar's point, right, he worshiped the ground that Crystal walked on, and even she was trying to tell him, hey, your mom ain't what you think she is.
Yep.
So, but he was not willing to give his mother a chance. If he actually sit down and listen to her, they could probably figure all this shit out. But because he just so, what I can't understand is how you believe everything Bonnie and Clyde over there say, but you don't never fact check them. But anything Rock says is an automatic lie. Like, you don't think that they playing you too? Like, for someone who's so street smart, you just let everybody just manipulate you. All right,
Kanan Kanan the typical YN on TV. That's all.
He is that. So goodbye, Taz. And so he goes and picks up the money and
on that Taz pack.
Yep, smoking on that Taz pack. He's up out of here. So we over here at Miss Floozy's place, and they're telling Miss Floozy about what's going on.
Miss Floozy.
They told Miss Floozy what happened over at Cafe Vooz, and she was like, "This is our first time out to work. Like, this is our first day on the job."
Right.
And we got a fatality already. I'm like, this lady, she speaks so proper and she's so refined. She says, we have our first fatality. Like, in other words, she was like, I just got into bed with y'all and we got a dead body on our hands already. Like, this is not the kind of problems that my escort service bring to the table. Like, is this something that we're going to have to deal with all the time? And Rock spin it as, he a coked up judge. He had too much coke and he OD'd. And I think Flossie see right here that Kristen wants to say more.
I thought that too.
And Flossie gonna spin the block on Kristen to ask her what really happened. And then she's gonna tell her about Kanan. And Flossie may or may not put Kristen down. But this is when Flossie is going to go pull up on Kanan and put a strap on him. So I do think that the young lady, Kirsten, is going to tell Flossie that it was Kanan that kidnapped her and gave her that bad batch of
Yep.
That's a foreshadowing moment. Just wait for it to happen. So, Rock do her political song and dance. And Flossie tell Kristen, take a couple of weeks off, go home. I'm gonna take care of you. Don't worry about it. Go get some rest. Go take a hot bath.
But on short term, didn't she?
And yeah, she on a leave of absence right now.
You hear me?
Short-term disability. She on FMLA. She on FMLA. So she's like, don't worry.
304s ain't got no FMLA.
They do with Floozy.
She's gonna use Marvin to get information out on what really happened.
Floozy that gave us some PTO.
Lord, what?
Floozy got benefits. They working out in Manhattan. They got benefits.
Floozy 304s got benefits.
Plus hazard pay.
Yep.
Plus hazard pay, right.
But I feel like she could have had the girl more prepared for this conversation. Like I said, she would have reassured her back at the club that I got this. Don't worry about it. When you go talk to Flossie, everything will be good. And like I said, put some money in the girl pocket and everything would have been all right. They probably got health insurance too. You're right, Xavier. They got full benefits.
Medical and dental.
And paid vacation.
So remember, we called it Floozy. She kind of wanting out. Like she ain't used to this.
And she said that from the beginning, though. She said that from the beginning that we don't do this. She's like, my operation run low key under the radar, and already I got a dead body on my hands that I got to deal with.
Right. That was her Della Reese moment. I'm an honest hoe, and all my hoes are.
Hey, Lamar said they get a uniform bonus too. Stilettos and fishnets in my team, huh?
That means Jarita blew through her uniform there because she
ran through it.
Well, Kanan taking care of her new uniform, so she good.
Howard Jr.
So Rock offers to take care of the Kristen problem and asks Flossie, do you want me to take care of that? And Flossie was like, you mean unalive her? And Rock was like, yeah. She was like, no. She was like, I'm not afraid of violence. She was like, I'm not afraid of violence. She's like, I know how to use violence when I need to. But she was like, it has to matter. It needs to mean something. Right. So don't go out here just dropping bodies just to be dropping bodies. So I think, is that safe to say that Flossie's going to put the girl down? What do y'all think is going to happen with her?
That's what it came off to me as, like, I handle it when it's necessary.
This is just me.
That's what I took.
I mean, I can see that, but at the same time, like Flossie doesn't seem threatening. I think if anything, like she would send Kirsten like away, like, hey, just go away. Like just go
out of town.
Yeah, go out of town. Like just go away somewhere. Like I can't just see her literally like, yeah, I gotta put her down. Like I just don't see it. Like I get it who her father was, his big mob boss or whatever he was, but I just don't see it from her point of view. I look at it as like she's just gonna send her away.
I think at this point it could be though, because I mean, the way she put emphasis on Baker being a federal judge, and that might have been somebody she was using in the court system to get her girls off or sway them going another way.
Yep. So now you don't messed up her.
You messed up her good thing, right?
Yeah, because remember she told Rock that she said I got judges and lawyers and police on my payroll. So you're right. That judge probably was flipping some cases for Flossie.
Yep.
Damn, Rock.
You
do bring bad news everywhere you go, Rock. Damn, you bring bad news everywhere you go.
Now you got to find another because Kanan gave the judge a hot shot.
The judge, damn.
You the protecting.
Everywhere y'all go, everything y'all touch, Kanan and Rock, both of y'all just bring nothing but turmoil.
Set it to flames.
This gonna fuck up their relationship right here. This it right here.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, Flossie gonna want out. You're right. She ain't gonna want to deal with this no more.
She ain't gonna want to deal with that.
She ain't gonna want to deal with this.
She probably gonna holler at Pino about it too.
Oh, Pino already know. That's gonna be like first scene of the next episode. Damn, DeMarcus Rock trash.
You know he don't like Rock, and anything we say positive about Rock, he says we're Rock lovers and whatever. But he about to get kicked out over here talking junk about Rock. Even though we don't do no Rock bashing over here. We don't do no Rock bashing over here.
Dang.
Rock peep game too. She's like, yo, Marvin, what's up with you and Floozy? She's like, y'all got something going on? And Marvin's like, no. She was like, well, I don't want you coming back over here no more. And don't talk to her if I'm not around. Like she's running down a whole list of rules, do's and don'ts.
Don'ts, right.
And Marvin like, wait a minute. Hold
Gave
on.
the perfect response.
First of all,
I'm a grown-ass man.
Yeah, let me get you together. Let me put some straightening on you real quick, baby sis. First of all, I'm loyal.
Yep.
So you got to understand that I keep telling you this, but you ain't hearing me. I'm loyal. Second of all, I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna talk to whoever I want to talk to. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Nah, I ain't got nothing going on with Floozy, but you know what you don't understand is we all we got left, and family means something to me. Like we don't lost Mama, we don't lost Lou, and you and I are the only two that are left, and pretty much that it's my job as your big brother to take care of you and protect you. All this is foreshadowing. All of this is foreshadowing. Anybody that is following the writing in any way, shape, form, or fashion can see that this is foreshadowing the end of Marvin. Whether that's by somebody else's hand, whether that's by him going to jail. At the end of the day, whatever happens to Rock or whatever is going to happen to Rock, just like Lou, it's foreshadowing the same thing that happened with Lou. This is why we lost Lou. Lou came to try to protect his sister. Lou came to check on his sister. The same thing is going to end up happening to Marvin. Marvin is going to go out trying to make sure that Rock is good, whether that's taking a charge for her, whether that's taking a bullet for her, outcome the same. The end of Marvin is going to be him trying to protect Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a possibility right there. I could see Breeze taking Marvin out.
Nah. I ain't listening to DeMarcus no more. DeMarcus over there talking about Rock.
I already don't like Breeze enough.
So we're on the same page, Bobby. We on the same page.
I already don't like him enough.
Well,
we'll have to get Ghost in here next episode.
Nah.
Jeopardy on, knock him off.
Nah, we gonna go ahead and put them shiesties on and go see him myself.
Man, what?
We gonna put them shiesties on. We gonna go see him myself. It's possible though. I mean, Breeze is a bit of a loose cannon, so
I mean it is, but he will have to get that heads up from Kanan.
But keep in mind what Marvin is getting ready to do to Kanan. Marvin getting ready to throw them hands on Kanan.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't even think we're gonna get that next episode. I think we probably not gonna get that till like
they waiting that out. I think that's gonna be right before break.
7, like right before the end.
That's gonna be right before the break when Marvin put hands on.
Probably so. So episode 6.
He should have whipped his ass with that belt when Rock stopped him then.
I don't know why I feel like it's gonna happen next week. to show Marvin. And 'cause I think me personally, I think we keep thinking that Marvin is going to go over there and whoop Kanan because of the whole Lou situation. I think it's going to be about this.
I can see that. I remember I said I don't think it's about Lou. I think it's about something else. I think because it just wouldn't make sense for him to do that because of Lou. Like he would literally go there and just knock him off the board. So I think I think it's more than just Lou.
I think it's got to do with his work.
It could be more so this situation because Kanan very well put his mother at danger, at risk, and that's his only living sibling that's left. So it could be that, because I think she's going to tell Marvin that Kanan is the one that did that, and he already been over that. He told Marvin, "Stay up, gangster." Should have whooped his ass then.
And keep in mind the hit gone wrong. And so now Stefano on the head or whatnot. So they got a lot of problems. Kanan hitting them left and right. So Marvin probably gonna have enough of this and gonna go over here and like you going against your family. You going against, how he is about family right now. So I can see it being about him just tired of Kanan going against the family.
I can see that too.
So we finally got introduced to the chop shop, huh?
As we go through these scenes, I'll have a question because I don't understand this. So as we go through them, then I'll pose the question that I got for y'all.
All right, so Breeze at his house in his bathroom, dismembering a body.
I thought that was at the pawn shop.
That was at the pawn shop.
Well, the bathroom at the pawn shop did.
Because you can see where he drug him. You can see, like, when they showed it, you can see where they drug the body in there. You can see the smeared blood.
This man got a hatchet, a kitchen knife, a saw,
everything.
They got PPE on. They got PPE on. They got safety glasses on. A hazmat suit.
Bro, they got on some glass trash bags. I was like, that ain't
PPE on.
They do got PPE on.
Oh,
they got their work wear on. They got their PPE
They put up some glass trash bags to put over top of them.
They personal protective equipment they have on. They got gloves. They got safety glasses on. They ready to go to work. And I think Breeze expected Kanan to be shook here, but Kanan wasn't shook.
I think
if he was shook, he didn't show it.
I think he was a little bit because it was his facial expression was like, "Hey yo, yeah, he crazy." It was a certain expression in the scene where I was just like, he probably like, yeah, he crazy.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, when he was talking about where to dismember him at, like the different places to cut at, he was looking at him like, this dude is sick. Like he's clearly done this before. $5 super chat from DeMarcus. Jukebox would dislike and distrust Breeze and will be pissed that Kanan's still working with Breeze, especially if something happens to Marvin because of Breeze. Yep, I agree with that. Because she don't even like him working with Bonnie and Clyde. She don't like that.
Yeah, she don't like him. Yeah.
She don't like him working.
Yeah, well, she don't like him working against the family. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they cut up Taz's body, and as gruesome as it is, Kanan joins in on the fun. And Breeze is, trying to do a temperature check right here just to see, is this going to be too much for him or can he handle this type? And I think he's a little impressed at the fact that Kanan didn't fold.
Yeah.
Kanan went in and did what he needed to do. They bagged up that body and they threw the body in the furnace. And this right here.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, before you get into it.
Go ahead.
My question is, what was the purpose of them cutting up the body to put it in the furnace where they could have just took the whole body and put it in the furnace?
Easier to transport.
Easy to move. You saw it was in bags. The body was in bags.
Okay.
Much easier to move.
But even if you still got stopped though, you still would have got stopped with a dead body in your trunk.
I just
but
think
you see they chopped him up over a drain too, so the blood, it was no blood in the left in the parts, really.
Well, no, I just think about the convenience of the ease of being able to move the body and put it into the furnace is much easier to transport it in bags than it is wrapped up in a carpet. Yeah, the whole body. So I think that was the whole purpose of just cutting the body up, is the mobility, for the mobility purposes of it.
Because I was like,
otherwise, remember, keep in mind, they were also at the pawn shop. That means they would have had to take the body out, wrapped up in something, put it in the back of a trunk. That's too much. That's too much movement. That's too much work. When we can just cut this body up, put it in a bag. You grab a bag, I grab a bag, and we can go throw it in the furnace.
I mean, that's true. I'm just thinking of it as like we got to drive with it. So either way, if we get pulled over, we're getting pulled over with a body in the trunk. So I'm thinking like, hey, just pick them up. We wrap them up in the carpet or a rug or whatever, throw them in the trunk, head over to the whatchamacallit and throw them in there. That was the only thing I didn't understand. That's why I thought, it was work in the bag that they stole from Rock, because that was the only thing that made sense. I just couldn't see them like, oh yeah, we just gonna chop up the body to throw in the furnace.
It also served another purpose too. It also served the purposes because, again, it is a test for Kanan. All this was to test Kanan to see how far he will go. Yes. So I think that was a multi-purpose thing. For Breeze, that's just business as usual. But for Kanan, he needed to see if Kanan is truly about this work. And I think that's what made him reveal to him what he reveals to him in this scene. So Kanan laments on this situation and is like, damn, that was your man. Until he wasn't. And then Breeze was like, don't worry about that. What happened to him ain't gonna happen to you. He ain't you, you ain't him. Mm-hmm. And Kanan was like, but that's wild. That was your man. And I felt like Breeze could have simply just said, yeah, but he's been fucking up. Like, yeah. You should have told him. You should have told him, like, listen, he's been messing up on the re-ups. He tipped Unique off to the meeting that we had with little Gwenny at the hospital. It's just, there's more than what you think this is. Like, I just didn't flip on him just to flip on him. Like, he was working against the family. And anybody that work against the family, you got to put him down. If he would have just had a conversation kind of qualifying the reason why Taz had to go, but at the end of the day, you sitting here feeling bad about something that you did. You the one who shot him. You the one who put him down. So what you sitting here crying about it now? All right. So the moment that we all probably was the most shocked in this episode to hear Breeze tell Kanan that DEFCON was his father too. No, well, first he asked him, he said, have you ever met your father? And I was like, oh man, say something else, because I was waiting for Kanan to say yes. And then he said, have you ever met your father? Pause.
I was waiting for that too.
He said, have you ever met your father? Pause. DEFCON. And I was like, oh shit, he knew about Howard. And so Kanan played it real good. Because he waited to give his answer and he was like, no, I never met him. And so he says, well, I have. He was like, I met DEFCON. He was messing around with my mom before he messed around with yours. He's my father too. We're brothers. We're blood.
I don't believe that.
So many things is wrong with this conversation right here.
So many
things. I have 3 questions that come to mind. The first question is, does Breeze, now listen carefully before you answer.
Okay.
Does Breeze genuinely believe he is DEFCON's son and that Kanan is his half brother because this is what he's been told growing up? Did he really meet DEFCON? That's the first question. Second question is Breeze lying and manipulating Kanan by claiming to be DEFCON's son so he can keep Kanan closer to him? And number 3, or is this more Snaps and Pops foolishness and they're the ones lying to Breeze, manipulating him into believing DEFCON was his father because DEFCON's name carry so much weight in the streets? It's one of these three.
So I'm tied between 2 and 3.
I am too.
I think it's more.
I'm gonna say 2. I'm gonna say 2, but I would also say that if anything, Snap and Pop was the one that gave, put that in his mind to mention that. But he's definitely using that to manipulate Kanan.
Go ahead, Fresh. What you were saying?
I think it's 2, and here's why. The only reason why I think it's 2 is because when last season, when Snaps and Pops first spoke to Kanan about DEF CON, I always forget which one of Snaps and Pops, but the woman,
Pop.
she says, Pop, she says, biggest day, like he wasn't even into women besides Rock. So that's the only woman like that we know about that like he was into, which was your mom. So I think it's more so like Breeze is using this as a tactic to pull him closer. He probably heard the stories, everything else about DEF CON. I'm sure Snaps and Pops told him about DEF CON as well as everything. And he's like, and I took it as that he was saying that as like at some point he might have worked with DEF CON. DEF CON might have been the one who brought him up in the game and says like, and that he was a father figure. Because I would think at a certain some point, like, yo, unless it, we're only on episode 4, so it might come out, but that his mom would have told him, like, yo, who your father is, like DEF CON.
He would have had the last name Stark too.
Yeah, you would have had the last. Yeah, you would have had the last name Stark too. You don't have that last name, so I think it was more so like, yeah, like I worked with, whoever, like, yeah, but I think it's more so just a manipulation to say like, yo, hey, that was my pops too. We brothers. However, at the same time, I could see them writing, the writers putting in that Snaps and Pops were the one that manipulated Breeze and saying, hey, yo, that's your pops too. Like, that's who your pops was. I can see that. But I think it's more so like, because Kanan right there, his face is just like, wait a minute. Because Kanan already knows, like, DEF CON's not his father. So I think it was just more manipulation, but I could see in the writing that they write that Snaps and Pops manipulated Breeze, saying like, yeah, DEF CON was your pops.
Okay, so the scene that Fresh is talking about is in season 3, episode 8, Repercussions, where Ronnie, Snaps, Pop, and Kanan sit down and have a conversation, and they all talk about DEF CON. Snaps goes to give Kanan a shot of liquor, and Kanan turns it down, and he says, your father didn't drink too. Says, matter of fact, your father didn't drink or do drugs. And Snap says, and Pop says, and barely messed with girls. Matter of fact, the only woman I ever seen him with was your mom. So if that is the case, then they're kind of contradicting what they had already told Kanan previously. Mind you, Breeze wasn't part of that conversation. That was a Ronnie and them conversation. So if they circle back, if Pop circled back, which is not beyond the realm of possibility because she lied, but what I'm saying is that would contradict what she had already previously said about that, unless they gassing Breeze's head up to think that DEF CON is his father too, so his name can ring out in the streets like Kanan's name ring out in the street. Kanan's name ring out in the streets because his last name Stark. Kanan's name ring out in the streets because of Rock. So I feel like they were trying to put that clout behind Breeze too. But at the end of the day, they didn't explain the relation. You say that's your nephew, so which one of you are related to DEF CON? Was it Snap? Was it Pop? So I lean towards 2 as well. I say 2, that Breeze is using this to manipulate Kanan, to get Kanan to stay loyal to him, stay running with him. If you my brother, you're less likely to double cross me. You're less likely to flip on me. You're less likely to go against me with that whole family thing attached to it than you would be just a nigga in the streets. So my answer is 2. Bobby, what's yours?
I forget the order of the answers, but I genuinely think that
Breeze thinks that he is DEFCON's son, not to just be different or whatever, but I think that he really thinks that.
So
And
you're
I
number
think
one.
yeah, I think they may give us some type of flashback next episode, or down the line, showing us when he was a kid and DEFCON may have been around his mom, or something of that nature. I think he does believe that, and I think if he was manipulated, I'm kind of like 1 and 3. If he was manipulated by like snaps and pops, I think that may be his motivation to help Kanan knock them off once Kanan figures out what they did to
That's why
Famous
I lean
and
towards
Crystal.
too, because that's a perfect setup for that.
It is.
That's a perfect setup for that.
I also would say I could see this as a twist though, as we sit here and talk about these questions and give answers. What if him knowing or supposedly knowing that DEFCON is Kanan's father, right? What if he's only saying that because he know Kanan ain't Taz? He'll put the work in. He can very well get him out of here. So it could be a sense of fear too.
That's a twist.
That is a twist, but
It
it's
could be a sense of fear. He could to an extent fear Kanan. Like, wait a minute.
I can see a little bit of that though.
Because
Yeah.
he know Taz was more so like a yes man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He gonna go along and he's not gonna question it. But like when he told Kanan in that bathroom when they was cutting Taz up, he told him, he said, this was all a test. He said, I don't need a test. I graduated, nigga. And he snatched the saw out of his hand and started back cutting. What if this was just the fact he's scared of Kanan?
And he could be. He could be, and not only that, but
playing chess.
He also can't control Kanan either. So this
exactly right.
The control Kanan too. Much like his conversation with Rock, that kind of was off-putting to him because he thought that he was going to be able to go up there and stick his chest out at Rock, and she wasn't scared. Same thing with Kanan. You got to think about it. The Fight Club hadn't shook him. The running the streets and putting his work in. The spraying up the blocks. The hot shot, the dismembering the body. Ain't none of this shook Kanan right now. So he looking at this dude like,
this mother savage.
Yeah, he a savage. I might need to put him
and if he knows that DEFCON is or isn't his father, as far as Kanan goes, that don't even matter because he met his savage ass mama.
Yep.
Like he know he got it off that side. Either way it go. And if he does believe he's DEFCON's son, then like hell, he damn sure scared of him than Marvin because shit, he got Rock and DEFCON and shit. He experienced both of them. So he could very well be scared of him.
But what do you think is going in Kanan's mind right now? We haven't talked about that part. What do you think Kanan is saying right now to himself? Like, what? He plays it off.
Hopefully he's smart enough to know he got a leg up. Hopefully.
I thought it looked at him as he was lying.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
Because I saw somebody say that Kanan didn't know. He did know because they said it. Snaps and Pop said that DEFCON wasn't into women besides Rock. So that pretty much put it out there like, he wasn't into one. But I looked at it as it. Like right now, he look at him like, yeah, he's lying. Like, nah. Like you ain't my brother. But I think he just played off of it to a certain point.
Two things come to mind. So do you think in this moment Kanan is actually coming to the realization that Breeze is playing games? Let's go back to the Taz wasn't short on the count. Now you coming at me with this bullshit right here. Yeah, I need to keep my eye on you. If Kanan was smart, he'd keep his head on a swivel because obviously Breeze will say and do whatever to make a situation benefit him. And I think Kanan is coming to that realization is that, okay, because remember what the adult Kanan says in the narration about the lie.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
So he know that it's a lie. He know that it's a lie. But what he's trying to figure out is why is Breeze telling me this? So right. I think Kanan peep game here.
Yep. I agree 100%.
I think he's going to go along with the go along. Yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah, he's going to go along with it to a certain extent.
That wasn't true.
Just for a little while.
But this is an interesting twist, though. This is a nice plot twist. This is a nice plot twist because now this is going to strengthen their relationship. This is going to strengthen their partnership. So now both of them feel like they have a purpose for working together. But I kind of lean towards Bobby's point too, because now that you think about this, you have to ask yourself, why has Breeze been so attached to Kanan? Because even in that first conversation he had with Snap and Pops at the beginning of the season, he was talking about Kanan being a special case, and we don't need Unique, but we need Kanan, and how he lights up like a Christmas tree every time Kanan comes around. He replaced his number 2 with Kanan. Mm-hmm. So maybe part of his, maybe he does think that DEFCON is his father and that's Kanan's father. How do you explain how he's been treating Kanan the way he's been treating him? Just like out of nowhere, all of a sudden, Kanan just became number 2.
I mean, that's true, but I think it's just more so, like you said, it was a test. And he just passed that test with flying colors, and he realized, like, Kanan's like, yo, okay, Kanan's down for whatever. Because remember how uneasy he was when he met with Kanan through Snaps and Pops. Like, he didn't even really want to work with Kanan. And now he's seeing, like, okay, Kanan really is, Kanan about that life. Like, I threw him that little curveball about Taz. He eliminated that situation. He stood there when we chopped them all up. Like, okay, Kanan about it.
Okay, Rob and Xavier, I see y'all in the comments. Okay, how about this? How about the lie applies to both of them?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How about the lie applies to both of them? So that's a good point.
Because you got when I think about OG Power, I forget who Kanan was talking to, adult Kanan. May have been Tariq. And he was saying when Ghost and Tommy first came to him about killing Breeze, he didn't say Breeze's name, but he was like, man, they came to me with some shit I went down with. You know what I'm saying? So they went ahead and sent me to jail. They had to get me out the way. You know what I'm saying? So even that far down the line, maybe he still had that brotherly bond with him, even though he knows that, DEFCON is not his dad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he still accepted the guy, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily as a brother, but I guess as a brother, if that makes sense.
And to another point too, in another conversation that they had in OG Power, where Kanan comes in the Ghost penthouse and he's in the office and he's moving stuff around on his desk, and you could see it was making Ghost uncomfortable. He also reminded Ghost that there ain't no friends in the street either. Mm-hmm. And he's like, when somebody want that top spot, they'll do whatever it takes to get that top spot, much like you did with Breeze. So again, I think the decision to eliminate Breeze was a decision that Ghost and Tommy made to get rid of, or particularly Ghost. We'll see that play out in Origins. And then Tasha made it go a little bit further by saying we need to get rid of Kanan too. So the situation was, we'll unalive Breeze, send Kanan to jail. So and to your point, Xavier, yes, there is a lot of lying going on. We've seen Breeze lie. We've seen Snap and Pop lie. We know that Kanan's living a lie. Rock's living a lie. So I think every character on the show symbolizes their own lie that they have to keep telling other lies to cover up with. So no one particular character is innocent in that sense. All of them are carrying a lie. So the narration can really work for everyone. Because think about Rock has spent her entire life living a lie, letting everyone think that Kanan is DEFCON's son. So the lie actually starts with her rather than with Kanan. Yeah. So and Kanan can't go out and tell the streets that he's running the streets. He can't go out and tell the streets that his dad was a cop. So he has to live that lie.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
So, all right.
So that's his brother. He gonna have to play. He gonna have to live it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play it. Yeah, he's gonna have to play. Just like he's been living this lie all this time about DEFCON being his dad. Now that's your brother. Yep. So they come back to Cafe Vu, and there's a messenger sitting there with a box. I was like, man, it's gonna be this man's head in his box.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like it was a special delivery that only Rock or Marvin could sign for. I said, yeah, that's that man's head in the box.
Yep.
Rock go on to the back. She I don't even know she even spoke to Juke. She went on to the back. She went go check on the work. Marvin is at the bar again, and Juke tells him that guy been over there waiting on you with this box. He won't let nobody else take it but you on Rock. Marvin go over and say, yeah, I'm Marvin Thomas. He's like, here, sign here. And he opened the box and he see the cowboy hat, and Rock comes out and said, what that is? And Marvin say, trouble. What's the evasive action? What's the next move? What should they do here?
They got to go on defense at this point.
Yeah, they got to go on defense.
Yep.
Because they already know what's coming. They already know what's coming, so they got to go on defense.
Okay.
Do they have enough soldiers for that, man? I've been questioning
They got
that.
no workers. They shit.
Right,
they
like where they soldiers at?
They unalive all of them. They unalive all of them.
Like that's gonna bite them in the ass, man.
Every bodyguard Rock get, they
Maybe
get
that's why
unalive.
ain't nobody outside the cafe.
Yeah, they ain't got nobody.
nobody.
They don't unalive all of them.
Yeah, they got to go on defense now because they know, like, oh damn, we done missed our mark. Yeah, he coming now for sure.
Yep, if you come at the king, you can't miss. And they miss. All right, so that's this week's episode. Let's get into the preview for next week's episode. All right, CJ, what we got?
We already see Rock at her famous pool spot. We already know this is where she takes I forget the
Primo.
That's Primo? Okay,
Primo.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. She takes Kanan's worker Primo, and they hold him hostage there, and of course Marvin beat the crap out of him, try to get some information out of him.
But
And
what for? Is this
He was
information?
with them when they took old girl.
yeah, when they took old girl, when they took Kirsten,
When they took the Kirsten, right?
and what Kanan got going on.
Okay, so what makes Rock put him down? I feel like Primo is going to reveal something that Rock didn't know that he knew.
I
Regarding
took it as a
Kanan.
loose end, but you might be right.
In the preview when she, you remember that season of Power where Tommy was trying to get some information out of one of the guys about Raina. No, about Dre. He was trying to give up some information about Dre, and Ghost unalived him before he could give the information. That's what this kind of reminds me of. Like Rock unalives this guy before he says something about Kanan that she don't want Marvin here. That's the impression I get. So the impression that I have is whatever Primo is going to say towards the end is going to be something that Rock doesn't want Marvin to know. And it could be about the whole situation that Kanan set up, because remember he was there when they kidnapped the girl. So maybe he name drops Kanan as being the one that set that all up, and Rock puts him down for it because now Marvin knows that Kanan did this, and that's why he goes over and jumps on Kanan.
Yep, I can see that for sure.
But it's something that he's going to say that's going to make her pull that trigger on him. All right.
Why ain't he gone yet?
I don't know why is he not gone yet. I'm so sick of him. I feel like we see him more this season than we've seen him.
First off, when was the last time this man ate? Every time you see him, he drinking wine and that's it.
and drink pop.
Right. Drinking a Cubano and sipping wine. And man ain't never ate nothing.
Yes,
Grumpy
Rob,
old man.
she does unalive him when Marvin's back is turned. That's correct. Yeah, I don't know why he's still here, and I don't know what he bitching and moaning about now. Oh, this is when he's telling Kanan that your mom and uncle put a hit out on me, and it's about to get nasty.
Yeah, and he said, "Do what you got to do."
And he was like, "Do what you got to do." So you sending somebody out here to get on your mom. You're a great guy, Kanan.
Right.
Is this Joaquin telling her, never mind, I changed my mind?
Basically, he was like, "It's always something going on with you."
I changed my mind. I ain't want to work with you.
So I got a feeling like something's gonna happen with the work that she's getting from Joaquin, and this is what he pulls up because he's like, "Yo, there's always something going on with you." Like he might end up dead in the business with her in this scene, like because he says like, "Yo, there's always something going on with you."
Yep. Which he ain't lying. I just said it myself. There is always something going on with Rock. When Rock is involved, you can best believe something going down.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy part about it is it don't always be her. It be everybody that be trying to get at her. It be everybody that try to get at her that have all her stuff loud. All her stuff be loud all the time. What's going on here, Fresh?
I feel like she probably yelling at Marvin about something.
Oh, you think she might be yelling at him about the hit?
Something. It's something. The hit work. Something.
Okay. These look like the white boys that they was dropping pills off to again.
Yeah, that's them.
It was.
Yeah, because remember they said, and they foreshadowed it. Remember they said we heard you not in charge no more. That Kanan got the spot, and that's when Taz he spazzed out. So now as we can see, Kanan got the spot, and he running to work to them.
And that Buick LeSable. Later with his baby mama, more pillow talking. Now here, I think he's going to start manipulating her or trying to manipulate her to get some information out of her about Rock organization.
Yep.
So I think he's going to start asking too many questions. Who is Breeze putting down right here?
That's all the thing
I can't figure that out either.
Like,
I don't know.
maybe it's probably somebody from Rock's organization.
You know it probably is.
Who they got though?
I mean, they got,
foolish enough to take a shot at Marv.
and that might be why Joaquin comes and says to her like, "Yo, you always got something going on."
Because in this scene right here, Breeze is in the back seat. In this scene right here, it looked like Kanan is speeding away. It looked like the window got shot out too.
Yeah, the window got shot out. I didn't even see Breeze in the back seat.
I think the trail it flashed so fast, but I could have swore if it isn't Breeze, somebody else is in the back seat.
Like I figured Kanan was just getting hit for who knows what he was doing.
Xavier, you so stupid. I said that last week about the braids. He said, hopefully it's the braider. Yeah, he need to have braider.
Oh man.
Maybe Tiana can help him out with the braids. Okay. Rob said in the other scene, Rock was telling Marvin to be careful. I felt like in this scene right here, she was telling him to be careful, but I don't know if she fussing at him about Rock stay fussing at Marvin about something.
Yeah.
So ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling, yeah.
Yeah, poor Marvin. So Kanan, you taking Breeze to the family spot. So I guess so. He's part of the family now. So you taking him to the family spot. You know that's the family diner. We don't.
I didn't even realize.
We don't meet with nobody else there at that diner but family. And you got Breeze sitting up here in the booth where Juke normally sit,
Yep.
drinking a milkshake.
Well, eat some fries and a burger, man. His stomach gonna be tore up.
It's like a vanilla malt too at that.
It don't matter.
They're probably sitting here talking about the business and what their next move gonna be, and probably what they're gonna hit Rock next. Like at this point, Rock ain't got nothing up going but the escort service. So if that's shut down, you pretty much shut down Rock organization because she ain't moving work nowhere else.
Nope.
Right.
So maybe they are trying to go ahead and put Rock out of business completely. Dexter say those unalivers have big appetites. Yeah, Kanan is slowly but surely building him a new family. So yeah, that's the scene back from earlier where when Marvin's back is turned, Rock unalive Primo. And I feel like it's because he said something that he had no business saying in front of Marvin. And that is it, y'all. All right, so it was a really good episode, guys. I feel like we are working our way down to the end of the season. These little 4 episodes gonna go by fast for us. Any other predictions y'all fellas got?
Other than I want to see Kanan get hurt now.
Bro, you can go ahead and dead that. Literally, you can.
I need that to happen immediately.
It's not gonna happen, bro. He don't leave to OG Power, so you
I ain't say leave. I ain't say leave permanently. He need to be put somewhere for some time being for what he did to Luke.
Well, you finna mess his face up real good. You finna whip his head for a little bit, so that should give you some gratification.
That ain't enough.
It ain't enough, is right.
I think at some point we got to start getting the dark part of Juke. We got to see why Tommy and Ghost were so scared of him.
Yeah.
Before, you know, when they heard she was in town, Jukebox, you know what I'm saying? Like, why did they, you know?
Yeah, because Ghost was
serious.
scared. Ghost was scared when he found out.
Tommy was too.
When they
Think
found
about
out
that.
he had, Tariq. Yep.
I got a feeling we probably not gonna see that till maybe like season 2 of Origins.
Yeah. Well, we might see a little bit of it when she put Garcia down.
That's true.
Yeah,
but unless we're about to see young Ghost and young Tommy in episode 8, like I don't think that.
I think we are. I think we get introduced to Ghost and Tommy in episode 8. I do feel that. Well, look, y'all, he do go to jail for 10 years, so we do get that.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's going to happen in Origins too, where the story will just continue with Ghost and Tommy while Kanan is in jail.
Yep.
So we'll probably see Kanan go to jail in Origins. So that's your justice right there, M2. Kanan go to jail for 10 years, and Ghost and Tommy take over his work.
Xavier, that's what I was thinking. I think Juke gonna take the whole family, including Garcia.
Nah, she ain't gonna take that family. Nah, she ain't gonna ball that pregnant lady and them kids. Nah, she ain't gonna do that. But Garcia,
it's just gonna be Garcia alone.
Yeah, she gonna.
It could be Garcia in front of his family.
You know, she love to play with that gun, so you know she ready to up on somebody. So I think what's gonna happen is Garcia gonna pull up on her about that money. Mm-hmm. I can see her coming out of Cafe Vu, getting ready to go home, and Garcia out there and run up on her and threaten her again about that money. And she put him down there.
I can see that.
Or either she's gonna get the drop on him again. I feel like it's gonna be hard for her to get the drop on him again, but she could just get the drop on him again and put him down that way. You know, she tried to spare him because of his family, but because you out here talking crazy and threatening me, yeah, you got to go.
I can see that.
Yeah, but I don't think she's gonna bother that family. We don't know, Dexter, about Amber. We were talking about this earlier offline. We don't understand why they brought the whole Amber situation in. And somebody was telling me that they feel like it's a tie back to Floozy. And Marvin put down Floozy's daughter, who was the foster parent. That's too much of a stretch for me.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know why they showed that little girl too and haven't shown her since.
That's why I think she's gonna come back near the end, and that's what's gonna put Marvin in jail. Because there had to be some significance to show her at the very first episode. If she's not in any more episodes, that was a waste of time.
Or it could be after Marvin loses life after trying to take care of Rock, and the little girl ends up telling on Marvin, but it's too late. Marvin's already been unalive.
Okay, I can see that.
You know, it's kind of similar to when Ghost got unalive. All his dirty laundry came out after he got unalive. So maybe it's a situation like that his dirty laundry will come out after he gets unalive. I don't know. I just think that is a stupid way to get rid of the character. I'd rather the character go out taking care of his family than to be locked up behind a little white girl. But then again, it also symbolizes his poor decision making too. So maybe that is how the character, but I feel like that's kind of repetitive because we saw that when we met the character, he had just got out of jail from doing a bid in Elmira for trying to sell to the cops. So sending him back to jail is, I don't know, rinse and repeat to me.
Yeah, I don't know what's
and the fact that they never talked about Marvin's character in OG Power. Now, granted, they had to add a lot of this shit along the way as they started doing these spinoffs.
Yeah.
So a lot of this wasn't thought through. But the fact that Juke never mentioned him in OG Power, Kanan never mentioned him in OG Power, I feel like if Marvin is in jail, he's alive.
He mentioned his uncles in
Okay.
OG Power.
Yeah, but the only thing they said about him was that he had put Jukebox out for being with that white girl.
No, he said he used to sell them Fat Alberts. I'm like, what the hell? There's a scene when he take Tariq back to Queens. He was like, yeah, we started off here. I was just selling my uncle's Fat Alberts. I'm like, man, which one of your uncles you was serving? Now I don't know if they're gonna clean that up or if they're gonna just let that just be what it is.
I think they showed us that though. They showed us that remember when Marvin had Kanan out there at the gas station, and that's when he was selling those hot shots.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that was.
But he was talking like he was selling to his uncles though. But it's the only mention of his uncles. He mentioned uncles. That's all I'm really saying.
Unless Kanan was just Cap. You know, Kanan did a lot of Cap too.
Yeah, he did.
See, that's another thing too. We don't know what Kanan was saying was the truth, or was it him just gassing Tariq's head up?
You can't trust shit out of his mouth. We know that.
Shit out of his mouth. So even that comment him making about him going to see his mom after he got out of prison, we don't know if that was true. He could have just been telling Ghost and Tommy that, but obviously we know he didn't go see his mom. He went to go see Sean. Sean was the first person he went to go see when he got out of jail.
Yep.
That's a fact.
But he didn't tell Ghost and Tommy that. He told Ghost and Tommy that he was going to see his mom. So I think that was just a diversion.
Yeah.
I don't think there's no truth to that. So maybe Rock isn't alive in this continuity anymore. All right, guys. Well, that is it. We will catch y'all on next week's review. I think we get a break out the next week, right?
I think so. I think it is.
The next week. We get a break out the next week. All right, so y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way out, hype the video up, share the video out, drop y'all comments so we can continue these conversations. Look for the early prediction pictures tomorrow. Hopefully Stars has been doing good this season, dropping them on Mondays. They ain't been making us wait like how they did with Force, man. We will wait almost up till Thursday for them pictures to drop on Force. But they've been dropping them faithfully on Mondays. So hopefully they'll drop their exclusive picks on Monday, and then we'll get a trailer on Tuesday. Typically, we'll get another trailer or the clips on Tuesday. So we'll see what comes out of our predictions this week. All right, fellas. We will see you all in the next video.
Ooh.